Okay, so it is Monday night, August 15th, and we're going to be talking about social media. And I titled it, I Don't Know What to Post, because so many of you have talked to me and said that very same thing. Melissa, I don't know what to post. And I get it. It can be an paralysis analysis, right? You just like can't figure it out. And you sit there so long thinking about the specific post that you end up not posting at all and you just walk away from it. And we want to hopefully rein that in and take away some of that anxiety and frustration and simplify this for you, right? Now, I took a lot of my notes from Rihanna Odell's call that was similar to what I'll be talking about tonight. She did a national wake-up call a little over a year ago, and many of you are fairly new. So this is going to be new content for you, or it's going to be a review. But I'm going to go over 5 different posts for you to do per day. So I'd love it if you take some notes. I'm going to be reading off some of the notes off my phone. So if you see me looking down, I have all my notes on my phone, a little bit on paper. I do both. So I'll be looking at my notes because I have a lot of content I want to cover tonight. But it won't be forever. I know the Rio Olympics are on, so I won't take forever, right? There's always something, right? Always something. So you just got to put your priorities into action. All right, so as I get in here, excuses hold people back. So we just talked about that, right? How, you know, we just can't figure it out, so we're just not going to post at all. Or you think, I've got to have the perfect selfie, so I'm just not going to post a picture. Or I'm having tater tots with my green beans and grilled chicken, so I'm definitely not going to post that because it has tater tots on it, and so I'm not going to post it, right? Well, excuse after excuse. We can come up with all kinds of things as a reason why we're not going to post. But we want to push those excuses aside and just get some content out there. Social media can be intimidating. We all know that. I'm telling you, Snapchat is the most intimidating thing for me. I can't quite grasp it. I don't understand why after 24 hours all my content has to go away. I mean, I worked so hard to get it up there and then 24 hours later it's gone. I mean, really? I hate that. So it's intimidating and it's frustrating, but it's always changing. And like Gary Vaynerchuk has said at Summit, we have to take hold of the change or we're going to be left behind. And you don't want to be left behind. And for a while there, I was always like, you know, I'm a master at Facebook. I'm just not going to learn anything else. I'm just going to stay where I know. Well, what happens is I realize I'm being left behind. Everybody's over on Instagram. Now they're popping over on Snapchat. And it's just kind of me over here on Facebook. Now, I know it's not true. I know I'm not all by myself. But sometimes I feel that way because I hear all these people on Snapchat. And I just realize that I need to broaden my knowledge on social media. So think about that. Be a master in one, but dabble at least in 2 more. Okay, so here's the thing. You need to be yourself. You can't be somebody else. You know how we all follow different coaches that we admire and we relate to, and you can be inspired by them, but you can't be them, okay? You can be inspired by some of the things that they post. You can be motivated by it, and it can really help you think of some content that you might want to post. But if you copy and paste the exact same post they did, that's them. That's not you. So I want you to be yourself and be vulnerable because there's a lot of mess. And I heard Chalene Johnson at Summit said, your mess is your message. So many people struggle with the exact same things that you do. And that just really stuck with me. Your mess is your message. I think we all like to show the highlight reel on Facebook and Instagram, right? We want our lives to look perfect. And as much as that kind of looks that way out there, we all know that's not true. We struggle with things. We yo-yo eat, we yo-yo diet, or we gain weight and lose weight, or, you know, people might be going through a divorce, kids going off to college for the first time. It's just heartbreaking for some moms. Maybe you've got little ones and you're potty training them. It's just, they're up all night, whatever it may be. Your struggles are real and you should share them because there's somebody else out there that can totally relate to that. Remember, like attracts like. So when you're posting things that are motivating and inspiring and you're self-driven, you're going to attract people who are like that. And I promise you, if there's somebody lazy, you're either going to inspire them or you're going to turn them away. And you don't want the super lazy people anyway, right? You want those motivated and driven people that you can inspire and motivate them even more. Now, one of the things I want you to do is I want you to leave off hate and negativity, okay? Hate and negativity does not need to be out there on Facebook. There's enough of it already. I hide so many people's posts, and I hide them. When I see what kind of posts they might be posting, I hide them. I don't really even go unfriend them very often. I just go ahead and hide their posts. And you don't want to be the type of person that gets hidden from your friends because of negativity and hate that you might be putting out there. And I don't feel like that's an issue with you guys. I really don't. So I just want to put that out there. Maybe something that if you see someone on your team is doing, you might just want to let them know. Okay. So we're going to get down to the top, not top. I'm going to share with you 5 different posts that you can post every day. Okay, 5 times a day is a lot. And if you're only posting once a day, then you don't want to start tomorrow posting 5 times a day. I want you to start posting 3 times a day. And after you do that for a couple weeks and you start to feel good with the content, then post 5 times a day, okay? So here's the first one you wake up in the morning. I want you to post a motivational quote. Now, here's something that I have a hard time doing because I'm always quick to post, but here's what I want you to do. Is ideally, I want you to grab a picture of yourself. I'm sure all you have to do is look on your phone, scroll through, there's a selfie of some sort. I don't care if you already posted it. It's fine if you posted it last week. Grab that photo and you write the quote on top of the photo and you post it. And the reason is because people will stop and look at that because it's not produced. You know, it's not overproduced. It's very raw. It's you. And then you've written a quote on top of it. And then, of course, you can just, if you're confused on what to write with that, you can write kickstarting my day with this. I mean, you can write that every day. Kickstarting my day with this. And then it's your quote. If you're in a hurry, like I tend to be, and I'm not a good example, you can go Google motivational quotes of any kind. Motivational quotes for men, motivational quotes for women, motivational quotes for moms, for grandmas, for aunts, for uncles. I don't care. You'll find a ton of them out there, and you can grab a picture of that and you can post that. But it doesn't, not as many people click like on it as if it's you. So test that out. I challenge you to test that. So that's your first post. Your second one is, what are you doing right now? Now that doesn't mean like right now. I mean, you can post this, take a screen snap of this and say, on my team call. But I want you to, if you are at 10 a.m., if you're walking the dog or you're doing dishes or you're folding laundry or you're at work in a cubicle, if you're staring out the window at your job, post about it because there's somebody else doing the exact same thing that you're doing at that very moment. You know, you can post it if you're sitting at your desk, for those of you who have full-time jobs and you have a window and you post it, you know, can't wait to be outside for lunch soon, or it's a gorgeous day, too bad I'm inside, you know, whatever it may be, post about your life. Another one is if you're running errands, whatever that may be, you know, just post a life thing. Your number 3 is share. This is a few things. These are a few options for you. This would be about noon time. Share a healthy recipe. A Shakeology one is obvious, where you can post your picture of your Shakeology. And so let's just say you posted your quote at 7:30, but you really already started drinking your Shakeology. Well, snap some pictures of it while you're cooking. Remember, you can store content on your phone. So snap, 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 and just save it for later. And now it's noon and you're having a break. You can grab that picture of Shakeology and write, you know, my favorite recipe of the day is almond milk with a scoop of Shakeology and a dash of cinnamon, you know, whatever it may be. I don't know. But whatever it is for you, post that. A quick dinner recipe. So if you have like a 30-minute dinner, a 15-minute dinner, post it. Nutrition is where a lot of people lack, and it has held true that food and recipes get the most looks, likes, and people stall the longest on those type of posts. So a picture of your lunch, a picture of whatever. But as you notice, I say pictures because people do stuff on pictures. Now, obviously, if you can pull out a video on any of this, a video is topping it all. It's video madness out there. I'm working my way into more videos. But so anywhere I say picture, you can think video just as often. And people love it if you will post some videos of what you're cooking or what you're about to eat. And you can describe it. Very simple. Don't think you have to be a perfectionist. Okay, at that same time, that third post, we're still on number 3, you can also post transformations. Now here's the deal. Don't wait for Transformation Tuesday to post a transformation. People want to be inspired more than just on Tuesdays with transformations. And listening to the National Wake Up Call today, I got some good ideas, because when we think about transformations, we think about like physical transformations. They have to be before and afters next to each other. But that's not necessarily true. You can have a confidence transformation. You can just talk about that. And you can have a clothing transformation. If you used to wear these type of clothes because you weren't very confident, and now you wear a different type of clothing because you are more confident. Now, I'm not saying it's like slutty or anything, you know, but maybe it's just more skinny jeans versus like your baggy yoga pants or something. You know, whatever that may be, you can talk about that. Push-ups from your knees to your toes. That's a transformation. Or when you finally first do your first pull-up instead of a pull down that you use. I'm trying to read some of y'all's chats as they pop up. I get squirreled all over the place. But so don't be shy about posting transformations, because they're inspiring, you guys, especially if you just grab that with a video. I'm going to give you some tips on videos at the end, because I want to get through these 5, and then I'll give you some tips going back. But being inspired never gets old, right? It never gets old. All right, I'm going to move down to number 4 post of the day, and that's a selfie workout. Now, you guys are welcome to switch these up. So I can look at these faces right now and see that many of you are morning workout people, because I see your posts, right? I see them early in the morning. So if you want to switch this up and you want to post your selfie workout in the morning as number 1, and you want to put your motivational quote as number 4, that is fine. The goal is to get 5 posts out there per day. So obviously a selfie workout video is better than a post. They just get more attention. It just shows who you are more. People can truly connect with you. And that's what you want. You're building your tribe of people who love you and know you and want to connect with you. Now, here's something that intimidates people. This is probably the number 1 post that intimidates people, and it's that selfie workout picture, because you think you have to look great, right? Well, I loved it when Rihanna had said, you're not a Barbie on a photo shoot taking a break. You're you, right? How many of us look like we're Barbie dolls taking a break from a photo shoot? Some of you do, but a lot of us can say that we don't. We're real people, and we're working out. We're bettering ourselves. We're getting healthier and more fit. We're leading by example. We're showing our families that if we can do it, if us moms can do it, our teenagers can do it too, right? They're going to remember when they get older and they're done eating all that crap that they ate as teenagers, they're going to remember their mom and dad worked out every day and that are in great shape. As they watch some of their other friends maybe not be in great shape, they're going to remember they better get their butts in gear and start working out. So don't think you need to be in perfect shape, perfect hair, makeup. No, just take the picture. A little tip. If you put it in black and white, you look a little bit better, okay? So if you're feeling yucky, turn it to black and white. All right, so I lost my notes because I talked too long on that one. Okay, number 5, and this is at the end of the day, and this isn't every day, but well, it is every day. So anyway, this is your invite post on number 5, your challenge group invite or your business invite, whether it's fitness, whether it's financial. This is a post that you don't skip, you guys. This is also one of our hardest posts. This is your evening post. And the reason this is in the evening is because that's when most of the people are on social media, whether that's Instagram or it's Facebook, and I don't know about Snapchat, but most of the people are scrolling through in the evening times. Now, I want to help you with this a little bit because I do not do an invite every single night. I don't. So don't go looking at my page. But but it's something I want to challenge myself to do more often. Now here's the thing. Remember, you have a gift. To me, Beachbody's a gift. And when we were sharing, which we still do, but all of our friends, we've been Beachbody coaches for almost 10 years. So when we were first sharing with our friends and family, because that's who we wanted to reach out to at the very beginning, we told them, we feel like we have this gift and we want to share it with you. And it's up to you whether you take it or you leave it. But I just want to tell you about it so that a year or 2 years from now, you don't come to me and go, why didn't you tell me about this? And we truly told a lot of people because 2 years later, my husband did quit his job. 3 years later, I sold my store and I was doing it full time as well. And some of those people who said no came to us and said, dadgummit, I wish I would have said yes when you introduced it to me the first time, right? Because they saw our success and they could have been working on their success a lot sooner. But of course, timing's everything. The timing wasn't right for them. And then they joined our team when they were ready. So my notes went away again. But it's important to realize that you do have that gift and you've got to share it. Otherwise, no one knows it exists. And other people may be sharing that gift. And if you don't, your friends, your family, your followers, your tribe, they're going to go where someone else is offering it because they didn't even know that you were a Beachbody coach and could help them financially and physically change their life. Okay, so every night? No, not every night. But here's some things that you can post about on the nights that you don't do a full invite. And that is talk about the success that others are having in your challenge group. And I wrote an example. So let's just say you're running a challenge group and you have and I just wrote, you could talk, this is what you could post. So excited about a young mom of 2 little ones who just lost her first 10 pounds in 21 days and is loving the newfound energy she has. It's so fun to celebrate with her in my challenge group that's currently going on. Now, to me, this is like a jab, right? Gary Vaynerchuk has a book out there called Jab, Jab, Right Hook, Jab, Jab, Jab. I think it's 3 times. And there it is. Yes, there it is. Who is that? Let me run my finger over my thing. Oh, it's Christy. Christy, your hair's back. I'm sorry. I couldn't just recognize you. Yeah, and you're doing a jab. And so maybe you do a couple of those jabs for 2 nights and you mention, somebody else who's having success in your challenge group. And on the 3rd or 4th night, you say, I'm starting my next challenge group September 4th or 5th. I think it's the 5th. And so you want to consistently post about that again in the evening because that's when people are really watching and scrolling. You can add a picture, great. Now, if you're adding a picture of that mom or that person who has success, you're always going to want to okay it with them because, you never know. You just never know. You always want to okay it with them. But definitely share successes and celebrate successes that are going on and celebrate them publicly because when people hear that others are having success besides you, they're attracted to that too. They really are. Just making sure what I have here. I don't want to skip anything. Remember too, I think this is something we forget. I told somebody this at Summit. Matter of fact, I think I told Renee this, that you are an expert in this business, right? Even if you're a new coach, you're more of an expert than the person that you're talking to. And you're You need to think that way. You need to truly think, I'm an expert in this. I have the tools that can help people be successful, both physically and financially. You have to think confidently. You have to think like you're a diamond, or think like you're a 5-star diamond, or think like you're a superstar diamond. And don't lose that confidence when you're posting. Be confident about what you're posting. Be sure of it. It truly is a gift. It's nothing to be bashful about. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. I never thought in a million years I would be a professional network marketer. I truly didn't. And it's still a weird title to me because I don't think of myself that way. I think of myself as I'm a health and fitness coach. I inspire people to get healthy and fit, and I also inspire people to get financially fit. And I love it. And I tell people about it all the time. So go with confidence on that. All right, I'm looking through this. Something else that some people struggle with is their past. Now, this isn't something, I had a pretty good childhood growing up, and I kind of grew up as an only child. I'm 14 years difference between my sister and I, so I was almost out of the house when she came along. And so I don't know, I had a good childhood experience. And so, but I know there's some people who didn't. And I know there's some people who've been through some very tragic things in their life. And I don't want that to hold you back, okay? So don't let the past hold you back from an amazing future. But remember, there's a lot of stuff within your past that other people have experienced too that go back to your message. You can help so many people who've experienced the same thing. So remember to be vulnerable and share things that you feel like no one else has ever experienced this. I know it. But you know what? You're wrong. I know for a fact that others have experienced what you've experienced. And if you put it out there, you might just be shocked at those that you attract. And if Beachbodies help you overcome something that's like that, then share that, because that's another gift that you can offer someone. Every time you're doing those posts, every time you guys are planting seeds, I honestly cannot count on I can't count on my hands how many times someone has come to me and says, okay, I've seen your post for the past 2 years. I've seen your post for the past year, 5 years. I've heard it over and over, and yet they never clicked on anything. They never liked anything, yet they were watching it every time I posted. So don't be discouraged if you don't get anything on some of those invite posts. Don't be discouraged. You are planting seeds. And every time you post, you're watering those seeds. You have followers. You honestly do, each of you. So keep posting. Consistency is key here, guys. That's why there's 5 different posts per day. Consistency. It's just like Darren Hardy's compound effect. Every time you plant something, it grows and grows and grows. And if you do it every single day, you're going to be shocked at the people that start to come to you and ask you questions. But if you're sporadic, if you're posting 5 times tomorrow and 5 times on Wednesday, and then once on Thursday, none on Friday, once on Saturday because you went out to dinner and it was super fun, none on Sunday, and then 5 times on Monday, like it's way too wacky. You just got to be consistent, okay? Now, if you are super busy and you have a job that is very demanding, or you have kids who are also very demanding, there are apps and softwares out there to help you schedule posts. Postcron is one. I'm blanking. So someone type in the chat some of those others that are out there. There's a lot of them. And they can really, oh yes, Hootsuite, thank you. Yes, oh my gosh, Hootsuite obviously is used a whole bunch. So use those apps to help you. That's something like a meal prep. You know how we talk about meal prepping on Sundays? You can post prep on Sundays and get a lot of those posts out there that take you some time to do. I want to see if I'm missing anything. When it comes to live video, let's talk about live video for a minute. It's like a new phenomenon that's been going on now, and it's just like ramped up. Like I go through, I don't know if you guys are like me, I'm going through my Facebook page now, and it's all video. And I know what Facebook does. I know the algorithms. When you click and watch videos, they're going to be like, oh, she likes videos. I'm going to fill her feed with more videos because I've stopped and watched some. Like if you stop and watch all the cute doggy cat videos, your Facebook feed will be full of doggy cat videos because you stopped and watched them. They're like, oh, she loves those, so I'm going to fill her feed with them. Well, now I've got so many videos, and there are times when I don't have time to watch all these awesome videos, but I just want to see some pictures. So kind of mix it up, right? Mix up your posts. Don't feel like you need to go live every time. But I really, really would encourage you. I mean, if you're working this business full time, you should be going live once a day. And if you're working this business part-time, I really think you need to be going live like 3 or 4 times a week. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it, you guys. Just go live with what you're doing. Just different things. Like what did I went live a few times today. I'm doing the cleanse, which is might have a little brain fog here. And so I went live several times on what I was doing. I was shaking up my first shake, that I had my salad for dinner. I go live at the baseball diamond saying I'm just a baseball mom. I mean, just go live wherever you are and what you're doing, okay? Don't be shy. And let me just tell you right now, I go live on my like page and there's nobody there. I'm talking to air. But the more I go live, the more people will be there. I know they will if I be consistent. So I'm not stopping. Because like tonight, I talked about my salad. I had 2 comments. I was super excited. Yep, just 2. Because for me, it's still new. And so I'm going to consistently go live and go live. And here's a little tip. When you are live and you can see someone clicks like, and you can maybe see that little name go by, or if someone comments, give them a shout out. So for example, I see some of you recognize several of your faces. So if I'm live and Joy comes on, I'll be like, hey, Joy. Now mind you, Joy's a coach. I mean, you can give a coach a shout out too, but definitely give customers a shout out if you see them on there, or even friends who aren't customers, anybody. Give them just a quick little hey, and then a lot of times what happens is they'll comment, hey, how are you? You know, and you'll start to have kind of a conversation with different people while you're going live. Let me see. I think, one more thing that might help you when you're posting, and not to overthink it, is to think of it as you're documenting your life journey. Like it's a diary, like it's a journal. You're just documenting your life journey. You don't have to think, how is this going to inspire someone? Am I adding value? I mean, yes, you want to do that, but don't think of it that way. Because when you're documenting your journey, you are adding value to somebody. Someone's out there that's reading that and they're being inspired. But if you just do it like a diary entry or a quick little jot of a document, then it will be so much easier. Just like Shannon said, a mini reality show is exactly that, you know. Okay, so that's really it, you guys. That was 30 minutes of content information. I do want to go through a couple of apps with you real quick that help your pictures look a little more snazzy. Now, with live video, our filters go away because it's all live. But like I said, with those selfies, and you put the quote on top, some of you guys have most of these. And if you want to post some in the chat too, that's great. Word Swag, one of my favorites. Rhonna, that's RHONNA. I like that. Word Swag's pretty cool because if you just can't figure out what to post, it actually gives you different sayings that you can choose from, and there's probably like 75 in there. Pick, Play, Post is a good one if you want to take it's a little collage where you can actually have a couple videos and a still photo all within one collage. You can set it to music, it can play at the same time, it can play separately. That's a really fun one. All right, so I don't have all mine in here. So I love Photify is another good one. So just click on the chat, you guys, if you can't see it. And the chat is recorded too. So if you're wondering, like, one of your coaches isn't on here tonight and they really need to hear this call, they can see the chat as well. Let me just click on see what's going on. Okay, so I would love to answer some questions if you have any. Okay, I can't keep up with that chat. That's a lot going on. I'm glad you guys can keep up with it. So Let me see. There's a lot of you on here, so thanks for showing up tonight. Okay, I'm going to take 2 pictures because there's 2 pages. So if everybody can just take a moment and I'm going to take 2 pictures. You don't know if you're on my screen or not, so just smile anyway or wave or whatever. And I'm going to take a screenshot. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm going to scroll over. You may be on this one again. You may not. This is a lot of my dial-ins, but 1, 2, 3. Okay, that covered it. Thanks, you guys. I feel like that's a weird thing, but I just like to, it's something else I'm going to document, right? I'm documenting my life. I had a team call tonight. So if you have a question, just kind of go like this, and I'll unmute your line, or you can ask it in the chat. Of course, if you're on the phone, you're just going to have to I don't know what you're going to do. You're just out of luck if you have a question. Okay, so I don't see any hands waving back and forth. Let me look at the chat. Not sure you can enter the workouts in the portal. I took a screenshot of us too. Woohoo. Yes, coaches for sure can participate in the health bet. Yes. Looks like you guys are answering your own questions.
Melissa?
Yeah.
People were asking if customers can participate if they don't have a smartphone. So that's what that was about. And then someone was saying that coaches can because they can do it through the website, but I don't think customers can they? If they don't have a smartphone?
I think you have to have a smartphone or a tablet. I saw someone say a tablet because the apps work on the tablets. I think it does have to be through the app, and I think they actually have to access a tablet or smartphone. Yeah, kind of a bummer. Definitely play with that app, you guys. There's a lot of great content on there. Really, the only thing it looks like right now that you cannot do is live video feed to your challengers. Other than that, you can do a lot of stuff on it. Christy, I'm going to unmute you, and I want to just give me your top 3 things that you like about that Challenge Tracker app.
Okay, yeah, because we just ran a group, what month is it? In July. And the things I liked the most about it is because you can pull up a spreadsheet on your computer and you can see how many times your challengers have checked in with their Shakeology and their workout. And I like that from the standpoint of having that daily accountability with those specific items checked. And then I also like there's a way for them to put in their before pictures, their starting weight, their measurements, and it's private. Nobody else sees it, but you do. And I like that a whole lot too. It was, so I like those things about it. There's some stuff I didn't like the fact that you can't do live video. And if you want to put a video in there at all, it has to be a YouTube link. It can't just be a video from your phone. So you have to upload it to YouTube to be able to use it. So that was a little bit of a frustration, but it's not a huge deal as long as you just prepare or just know that you have to take that extra step.
About the invite process, how was that for people? Did you have to follow up with them very often once you sent them the invite?
There were a couple that I had to follow up with, but most people figured it out pretty easily without having to be checked on. It comes in an email format. It tells them exactly what to do to get signed in and to get the app. So that part really seemed pretty simple. And I did like how you can schedule your posts right there in the app. So if you are used to using Postcron or Hootsuite to schedule your posts, you can get in the app and schedule your posts all the way through the whole entire challenge if you want. And that makes it really simple. And you can do that on the phone and on your computer. I'm pretty sure. I know on the computer for sure. And so that makes it kind of nice. If you already have a set template of posts that you're going to do, you can just go ahead and schedule that stuff. I will say, though, when you do that, make sure you're also showing up live as well, just checking in, commenting to people. It's really easy to schedule those posts and then kind of go MIA and forget to even be in there for 2 or 3 days. I've been guilty of that. And that's not what you promised your people. So just make sure that if you do schedule your posts out to still comment on what they say or what they post, or, ask a random question here or there or something to get people engaged.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's really great. Thank you. I'm guilty of, I was in the beta test, and there were so many issues with it. That it was very frustrating for us who were in that beta test that we got kind of turned off. And thankfully, it sounds like they fixed everything. And live video wasn't even like a thing when they were beta testing that.
Yeah.
So, which is crazy. That's even like we fast forward so quickly. But I'm gonna that's my goal for this all of August is to really work with that, because it just sounds like it's something that, you know, your challengers get notifications that pop right up if you post something or if someone checks in or whatever it might be, and it's just a quick way for you to interact with them.
Well, and I asked my challengers what they thought about it, because a lot of them had been in prior groups with me on Facebook, and the one negative feedback I got, which I don't really know why it was different, why she felt it was more than on the Facebook page, but she felt like the notifications were just a little over the top, like just constantly getting them, versus and I mean, Facebook can be that way, but I guess if you set your notifications up, it's not. So that was the one negative comment I got, but for the most part, everybody seemed to really
Can you
be
turn
happy
them
with
off?
You can turn your notifications off. Yes, you totally can. You just have to make a point to go and check the page. Just, give yourself a reminder or whatever, but you can totally turn them off.
Okay. Or it's just set up so you only get certain kinds maybe.
Yeah, maybe so.
Okay, good. Angela's saying they loved being able to log their workouts in and their shakes. Yeah, I think that's one of the things people are really liking. It's kind of keeps them accountable and it kind of tracks it for them, They can see how many times. Go ahead.
And the other cool thing is that because they enter in their starting weight and their measurements and all that, they can update that along the way anytime they want to. So like when they're logging in, they go to their little profile on the phone and it'll have their shake and their workout and whatnot. And if they want to add a progress picture or if they want to add an update on their weight, they can do all of that throughout the entire thing, which is really kind of neat, especially if you've got people who are getting some really awesome results. It kind of helps them document that from a visual perspective, and it makes it really easy to do that.
Right. I see some people are like, oh my gosh, it's one more thing for us to keep track of. And I do agree. It is one more thing. But you have to think about it like you're reaching maybe that person who doesn't do as much interaction with Facebook, or they're at work a lot and they just don't have time to pop on the Facebook pages. But they do have time to just do something real quick here. Yeah, Shannon?
I did have a customer when I first tried the challenge tracker a month or so ago. I did have a customer that previously had never joined challenge groups because she didn't want to be on Facebook, who was super excited that I did the challenge tracker, and through there built a relationship with her, got her to Facebook, and she even became a coach for the discount and stuff, and she checks in on Facebook. So it actually converted her because she wanted that. I ended up not continuing with the tracker, but she wanted to stay connected. So anyway, it's a good thing for a lot of people, and a lot of people love it. Like at a point I switched from the tracker back to Facebook, and a lot of people were like, oh, but I liked the tracker.
Yeah. Well, now you're going to have to go back if you want to participate in the health net. You have to go back to the tracker.
I'm bummed about the video though, and I also am bummed that posts don't bump up. Like in my challenge groups, I like to have a food share post where we all just post our food there every time. So then it ends up being one big long thread. It's an ongoing group. So I kind of miss being able to do something like that because posts just go away, or get lost.
I see. They just go to the bottom and then they don't add to. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, there's always going to be some pluses and minuses with it. I love the fact that Carl kind of saw a need with so many coaches participating in Diet Bet. That was, he's like, okay, wait, let's do our own. And I just love the fact that we don't have to put any money into it. He's putting all this money into it. And like I said, if you're not fully familiar with it, I did a training video on it, but it's just a small portion of what you can find on the FAQs. Carl goes into it more, and I think you'll continue to see more and more of it. All right, you guys, thank you so much for hanging with me tonight. I hope that you got a lot of valuable information from this. I hope you start posting 3 to 5 times per day, with your goal being 5 times per day and 1 live video feed. And I challenge you to do that for the rest of the month and see where your business goes and see how your attraction goes with the people that you're trying to reach out there. All right, you guys have a fantastic night, and I'll be talking to you soon. This will go uploaded on a recording, hopefully by tonight, if not tomorrow morning for sure. All right, you guys, bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.